folks, it is day 31, the final day of the 31 days of Halloween Horror Challenge from Nightmare on Film Street.
'Tis the day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. The night he came home.
Yes. Yes. I didn't pick Halloween, but if you don't know that you should watch Halloween on Halloween, I don't know what to do with you anymore.
All right. So for my pick for today for Halloween night, funny you should mention that. I went with Halloween, but I went with Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yes. I am happy it is getting appreciated. In the last couple of years, it's definitely found its audience. I am not... I like it. Let me just say. Scott Time Atkins, I'm a fan. And I like the idea that it's supposed to be different. Like, I prefer... After seeing the rest of the Halloween movies, I much prefer... They had just done that theme.
It's like, for the people that complain, where's Michael Myers? Like, did you not see the last movie where they burned him to a crisp?
Yeah,
like, he's not coming back from that.
He isn't supposed to come back. Matter of fact, how about in this movie where they're watching it on TV?
Yes, they're watching Halloween.
It is a different universe.
Yes.
I am happy. I like it. I am a big fan of the movie. I enjoy it. But I'm sorry, it does not hold a candle to Halloween.
Oh, no, that's fair enough.
Halloween is iconic and arguably the most... The only reason it's not on my pick is it'd be pointless saying you should watch Halloween. It is the greatest slasher, arguably, and the best movie to watch on Halloween. But Halloween 3 is a hell of a lot of fun and one of the best of the series. I almost like thinking of it separate as in the series completely.
Yeah.
Like, if it was just called...
the anthology.
Yeah, if it was just called Season of the Witch, I don't think people would have had a problem with it. But it is what it is.
No, but and also, too, just the villain of Coral Cochran, who is... Imagine the horror movie equivalent of a Bond villain with, like, the over-elaborate scheme, and it's
Absolutely.
like,
I also really enjoy that it doesn't pull punches. They kill kids graphically.
Yeah, they kill kids, and also, too, the one guy gets his head completely ripped off.
The nose break eye thing, like, insane.
Yes. And the first time where the lady's fiddling with the microchip, and, like, we see that beam, and then bugs crawl out of her face. Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Yes, it's a very, it's like it's almost Lovecraftian at times.
Yeah.
If anything, that was my critique of it, is like, I wish it had just gone further down that. I don't want to see a remake, but I'd like a little bit more play into the old Celtic integration of, things, but very few films mess with that, so... Yeah. All
right, so that's my selection, Halloween 3.
It's a great pick.
Yeah.
It's a great pick.
How about you, John?
I did a lesser known. In the horror community, it is a known quantity, but I come across horror fans who don't know about it, so I'm like, okay, this is the perfect.
It is actually really niche.
Oh, it's super. It's a super niche movie, but it is the WNUF Halloween Special from 2013. It is. I'm just gonna. If the name sounds a little weird, I'll be lay it all bare for you. No spoilers, but this is important. It is a independent film that was made to replicate a TV broadcast from, the 80s. Yeah. We're like, oh, it's Halloween, we're going to a haunted house. My hometown's got a haunted house. Let's go there and investigate. Ooh. Oh, we're going to, hire a guy to, like, jump out in the car, do some stuff. And wait, weren't you supposed to be in that room? Then who jumped out there? Wait, why is... What was that? The cameraman, and it just keeps escalating, and things get worse and worse and worse. Now, the first time I remember watching it, because I had been told that it was made to look like that and whatnot. And when I say it's made to look like a news broadcast, it has commercial breaks with commercials you think you might have seen at that time. Very middle America, very like an indeterminate town kind of place, but it slowly cranks up and things slowly get more crazy as it goes on, where at the end you're like, oh, I didn't know how we got here. But highly suggest, technically a found footage film in that regard.
It reminds me of the infamous Orson Welles broadcast of War of the Worlds.
Yes. Or, what was the British one? They had a Ghost Story or Ghost Hunt.
Yeah, Ghost Hunt, yeah.
Yep. Where they just made a movie that made it look like an episode of like a TV show. Oh, like stay tuned to Channel 7. We're going to investigate the old Mason house or something. And especially with the Ghost Hunt, in which this was inspired by, feeds off the concept that at that time you weren't prepared for that. It's like, it's found footage movies now are old hat, and they don't work as well because that requires a certain amount of believement in the idea, and basically since Blair Witch, arguably no one's done it well. This isn't exactly that, but if you're on board for watching a vintage 80s Midwestern news broadcast where they go into a haunted house that actually might be really haunted and they are not prepared for what they've done, this is it. I also need to point out that, and just my weird knowledge base is the reason this. If you're a really hardcore fan of Tales from the Crypt, there's a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Oh, Television Terror with Martin Downey Jr. Yeah.
The man knows, is basically this. So if you're familiar with that, you'll know what you're into here, but highly suggest, if you haven't seen it, and you like some, I don't want to say oddball because that's not fair, but horror that comes at you from a different angle, check this movie out. Highly suggest. It's worth picking up. It's still available for like $6 online. I'm letting you know it's worth the purchase. So check it out.
Yeah, I know there's people have actually sold this on VHS.
Yes, this is one of those films I actually think I would like a VHS version because I think it adds to the whole atmosphere of the whole thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
All right, so that was the 31 Days of Halloween Horror Challenge. We
a lot of movies.
Yeah,
a lot of movies.
And FYI, this was a marathon recording. Like we've been doing this now for three and a half hours.
Yeah, something like that. But I have seen every movie I've suggested.
Yeah, same here.
I've actually seen all the movies you've suggested too.
Yep.
So, and I do stand by all of them. If you, obviously everybody has their own picks, so feel free to list those in the comments.
Yeah, I would hope that people every day are going to go ahead and give their suggestions for the categories.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. All right, so until next year, we'll see what Nightmare on Film Street has in store for us next year. But until then, enjoy these movies.
Absolutely, enjoy horror.
Yes. And so on that note, we are going to go ahead and sign off. I'm Mackenzie Lamberts.
And I'm John Cleveland.
Catch you later, folks.
Bye.